14 in the second, also Burlington in the second, 30-7 over Parsons.
Start of the third quarter, the second half here at Donner Field, Scott City, Kansas. Scott City leads 12-7 here in the first round of the Kansas High School Football Class 3A playoffs over the Concordia Panthers.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go. Southeast is leading. Got that score. They lead Clay Center 24-8 at halftime.
Scott City deferred to the second half. They will receive the second half kick.
So there we go.
Number 15 for Concordia.
Yeah.
Easton Atwood, a senior,
Scott City,
to kick.
What do they need to do to take care of business here in the second half?
What do we need to do? I think we need to continue to run the football and keep it away from that quarterback and Schroeder, the running back. Keep it away from that offense of Concordia just by maintaining the ball, eating up the clock.
Atwood signals. And the second half is underway. Deep kick, Jace Thomas catches it at the 8-yard line, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets past the 35-yard line, and that's going to set up 1st and 10 at about the 33-yard line for Scott City. Took 7 seconds off the clock.
That's a good run back.
And the Scott City offense trots out onto the field.
Burn some clock and eat up some yardage and take care of the football.
1st and 10, Beavers at their own 33 left.
1st and 10. Wing T set up. Harrison King under center. One man to the right. Jace Thomas, man in motion. Toss to the right to Culp. Culp gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard after, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Beavers. Make it 2nd and 8 for the Beavers.
No, that looked like first time Scott City's run that.
Yeah.
So.
That's been a good play for us.
Yes. 2nd and 8, Beavers at their own 35. First minute of this second half, 12-7 Scott City lead. The Beavers will split Sawyer Stevens wide to the left.
40 seconds off the clock here in this second half. One man to Harrison's left. Shotgun formation. One man to the left and the right. Receiver. Carson Farrow with the catch, and he's going to get a first down and more down to the 45-yard line, and that's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Beavers. A 19-yard reception for the Beavers. Off the pass from Harrison King, and great downfield blocking for the Beavers as it brings up 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
I catch, tuck, run. I catch the ball, out of the ball, catch the ball, tuck it away, and then run with the ball. How many times do we see guys don't do it in that order?
King takes a snap, tosses to his left. Thomas trying to turn it upfield, but he's going to lose yards. And a loss of 1 is going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Beavers.
Our wide receiver was still trying to line up. He got stopped. But man, he was awful close to getting us a illegal procedure.
Yeah, 2nd and 11.
They called a loss of 1 for the Beavers. 4th play of the drive for the Beavers, and that's going to make it 2nd and 11. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. King, lone man in the backfield. 5 receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. King drops back in the pocket, looks for a man, steps up. Carson Farrow stumbled. He was the intended receiver, and the pass falls incomplete. With about 3 Panthers surrounding him. You just got to be glad that that ball falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Beavers.
Anything like that. It was just, that's what I thought. I thought Miller and Farrow got their feet tagged.
Scott City is 6 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. Have a 3rd and 11 at the Concordia 47-yard line. Now an empty backfield as Chase Thomas is in motion.
King drops back in the pocket, looks for his man, fires down the seam. Stevens, what a catch by Stevens!
He's inside the 15 and down to the
and he's going to get within the 15-yard line, and Scott City is in the red zone with 9:48 to go in the third quarter. Fantastic pitch and catch from King to Stevens.
Kind of shielded him like you would rebounding in basketball, wouldn't let him come around it, and did a great job catching it and then running.
So 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line here for Scott City Concordia territory. 6 play of the drive and 9.5 to go third quarter. Long count here for King. 2 wing set up. Now Serrano in motion. It'll be up the middle for Jace Thomas. Hits the wall but breaks through there. Brings the pile forward and he'll gain about 9 on first down as it gets bent down at the 5-yard line on his 19th carry to bring up 2nd and a yard.
Nice play. Jace Thomas hits the hole so quick.
No.
That's a good thing, man.
Yes, it is.
It's good.
So 1st and goal for the Beavers from the 3-yard line. 8:20 and counting to go in the third quarter.
8th play of the drive. Goal to go from the 3. 2 receivers to the right.
Tarango to the left, Culp to the right.
Set back is Thomas. He'll get the
Thomas
carry.
gets the carry, and he's going to get the touchdown. Touchdown Beavers.
Thomas's 3rd touchdown of the
And that's
night.
Jace Thomas's 3rd touchdown of the night. And that's going to make it 18-7 with 8:08 to go here in the third quarter.
Exactly what the coach drew up on in the locker room there at halftime. We're going to take that ball and slowly march it downfield, use up the clock. Used up about 4 minutes. We're going to have Welker try a extra point.
And number 35, Brady Welker, is going to try the extra point.
As they go up 18-7. Welker on the year, 10 of 16 on extra points. Out of the hold of Cole.
Welker, the kick is up, and it is no good. He pushed it left. And that's going to make it 18-7 after the touchdown.
We'll come back in 30 seconds for the Scott City kickoff. This is Beaver football.
And we'll be right back. You're watching Scott City Beaver football.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in achieving maximum net return per acre. That is how we define our success. Through unparalleled agronomic advice and best-in-class customer service, you can depend on us to do what is best for your operation. Ask them today about their spot-on service and how it can fill your needs. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
ProHealth Chiropractic Wellness Centers of Southwest Kansas focuses on overall health for the entire body. Dr. James Yeager strives for the best possible health.
Welcome back to Darner Field, Scott City, Kansas. A nice drive for Scott City results in a Scott City touchdown off the Jace Thomas run. And Scott City about to kick. The extra point was missed wide left. It's 18-7. And there's the kick. Bowers with the kick high in the air. Going to be taken from about the 11-yard line. Finds a couple holes and he gets near the 30-yard line with 8:01 to go.
So the Panthers will start there. 1st and 10 down 18-7.
Well, we're going to find out what Concordia talked about at halftime. Adam here.
You can see Dalton Pazner come in there for Gabe Bowers. A little, hopefully just an equipment issue. It looks like it is on the sideline. So Pazner getting some D-tackle time. The Beavers without another senior, Taylor Hiley, tonight. Shotgun set up. They'll send poor in motion from, or correction, that's Alec Francis. He'll get the
pitch by Concordia, and he's blown up in the backfield by Scott Siddle. Jeffrey Nix, number 58 for Scott City, blows him up in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for Concordia, and the clock continues to roll.
Got a nice meeting that time from the senior Nix. So 2nd 11, under 7:40 to go, third quarter, 18-7 Beaver lead. Man in motion, that is Alec Francis, and movement on the right side.
Movement on the right.
That is going to be their 5th penalty.
And they're going to call it illegal motion on Concordia.
5th penalty for 46 yards. That'll back him to the 24.
And that's going to make it 2nd and 16 for the Panthers.
I'm looking down here at Bowers and
2nd and 17 for the Panthers.
That's not okay.
they're working on that short.
All right. 2nd and 16 here. It'll be jet sweep here. This is to Francis, right side.
Shep sweep to the right, and he's blown up again, this time by Serrano.
At the line of scrimmage, and Francis kind of bumped the football right into the ground in frustration.
No gain on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd and 17 with 7:05 to go and counting in the third quarter.
Serrano, he is without it. No bigger than that kid is. He is some kind of hitter.
Yes, he is. He's a 3-year starter for this Beaver defense. Concordia has 16 yards to go. They're at their own 24. Make that 17.
3rd and 18 with 6:45 to go. Trost rolling out of his pocket, looks for his man, throws it up for grabs. Incomplete pass, went through his hands. And there is a flag back at the 19-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be holding on the Panthers.
Was being held the whole time. As soon as he hit the guy, came across the line of scrimmage.
They're giving the signal there to Randy Richter.
And that's what they call it, holding on the Panthers. Penalty is declined, and that's going to make it 4th and 18.
4th and 17 at their own 24-yard line here with 6:40 in this third quarter. And a nice start to the second half for the Scott City defense without one of their ringleaders.
I agree.
So the Panthers, 3 and out, going to be forced to bring out their punting unit.
Scott City should get decent field position. Jace Thomas and Isaac Trangos. Oh, high snap there.
High snap. Just gets it off.
Gets a good kick and fair caught by Jace Thomas.
And a fair catch called by Jace Thomas.
That'll be a 36-yard punt.
And that's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Beavers at the 41-yard line.
Hunter was back there giving a fair catch, trying to get the ball.
Yeah. Fair catch to fair catch.
Good thing he's a tall kid. If he'd been a short guy, he'd have never touched it.
We do see Bowers back in the game, so that's a good sign. 41-yard line for the Beavers. 1st and 10. This is their
1st and 10 for the Beavers. 6:33 to go in the third quarter. Harrison King under the center. 2 wings set up. Tarango to the right. Blaine Culp in motion. Jace Thomas up the middle, hits a wall, and he's going to go down. He gets about 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 7 for the Beavers.
Schrader making the tackle. 2nd and 7.
Well, we should be in no hurry. We should be using clock on every snap.
We're at the midway point.
The Beavers in absolutely no hurry right now.
Winner would more likely go to Riley County, who is up
The
by
clock
40
is their friend as they approach the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter, up by 11.
Smoky 17-16.
Yeah. That was a few games ago. 2nd down and 7, 44-yard line. Culp in motion down the line, left to right. King
Culp, the man in motion. King rolls to his right. King looks for a man, steps up it, fires down the field, and it's going to be incomplete.
Isaac Tarango is double covered. At the 15.
Tarango puts his hands in the air like he's looking for a flag, but there wasn't a lot of contact there, and that's going to make it 3rd and 7 for the Beavers.
What I would like to see Harrison King do on passes like that is throw the ball quicker, just throw it deep, and see if Tarango can go get it, and run under it instead of having to stand down and wait. Timing thing. Passing is always a timing thing. It's difficult.
King denied his
3rd and 7 for the Beavers.
36 yards. And Scott City.
King, the lone man in the backfield. 5 receivers in the slot, 2 to the right, 3 to the left.
Schrader showing blitz. They will rush 5.
King drops back in the pocket, and he got Tarango on the first down at the 45-yard line. Tarango pushing for more, and a nice gain of 13 on the 3rd and 7. Tarango with the great catch and the extra effort for more yards.
And I keep saying it over and over. Harrison King just stands.
Great pass for King, and a great reception from Tarango.
And just drilled Harrison as he let go of that ball. It was just right on target.
So 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
They bring in another guy into the secondary, Nick Vigneri, 140-pound senior from the 44, 1st and 10, Culp right side.
Culp, hand off to the right. He's got plenty of room to the right. He's going to get about 3 yards on the run, and that's going to make it 2nd and 7 for the Beavers.
For Culp for 13 yards, 2nd and 8.
Throws out there as a wide receiver trying to make a block on the cornerback, but you just can't hold a block forever out there, out in open space like that.
Scott City in absolutely no hurry to run their plays right now. They're trying to burn as much clock as they can, up by 11 as we approach the 4.5-minute mark here in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 8. 3 receivers set. Hand off to Jace Thomas. Jace Thomas rolls to his left. He tries to break off a man. And he slams the ball to the ground in frustration, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 7. And Thomas was frustrated after that play, and
That kid thinks he ought to go for 10 yards by every pop.
that just tells you how much passion these Beavers have right now,
4 touchdowns. That's even
how much they want this.
We're approaching 4 minutes here in this 3rd quarter. Scott City with an 18-7 lead. They're facing 3rd and 6 from the
King, the lone man in the backfield. 5 receivers, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. 4 minutes to go. King rolls to the right, looks for a man, passes, finds Thomas. Thomas inside the 15-yard line with 3:50 to go, and that's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
caught that ball, then he
And the
takes
Beavers
that-
threatening yet again.
Instead of holding it down low, he has that up on his chest. He's got that baby sucked and tucked away. And then when he decides, because he wasn't running 100% speed when he caught the ball. Then when he sees that crease, he puts it in a
Beavers 15 yards to another touchdown.
1st and 10, Scott City at the
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
3rd quarter up 18-7, and 8 set up 4 receivers.
1 man behind
Into the
Thomas,
7, snap it up the middle
or
for
behind King. Thomas gets the handoff,
Gains maybe 2 to the 13. He was met up
and he might get a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 9.
Hamilton Alta junior defensive end, 2nd down and 8.
hit kind of low. He's kind of hanging on to that one leg.
And they say he just gets back to the...
Man, he got kind of twisted and it didn't look good when he got
And now they do give him a yard. It's 2nd and 9.
88 yards on 23 carries and 3 touchdowns, but he also has 73 receiving yards. 20 to snap and under 3 to go 3rd quarter, 2nd and 9 from the 13.
Under 3 to go.
Throw goes in motion.
Throw in motion. King drops back in the pocket, looks for his man. He gets Serrano, and Serrano's going to be at the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal Beavers.
But a nice little out pattern for Kevin Serrano to the 3 to bring up 1st and goal.
Serrano's got great hands. Very clock running. That's our helpmate is that clock tonight with the lead that we
1st and goal from the 3 for the Beavers. 2.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
With 2:25, this is a 4-minute drive as Lance Miller enters the game as a fullback. Tarango split wide to the right. Scott City has 10 to snap it. Split back.
Tarango, the lone receiver to the right side of the field.
1st and goal. It'll be a handoff
Timo
to
said,
Thomas
handoff to Thomas up the middle, and he's going to be close, waiting for the signal from the referee.
on his 24th carry.
And they're going to say he's short by a few inches, and they're going to make it 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. And that's almost better for Scott City. Clock continues to roll. 1:50 in county with 23 seconds on the play clock.
Minute 45 in this 3rd
And you almost want to let this play clock roll all the way down.
Handoff Thomas for touchdown.
But they hand off to Thomas, and it's going to be another touchdown for the Beavers. And that makes it 24-7 for Scott City.
24-7 with 98 seconds to go 3rd quarter.
nothing fancy about the last 2 plays, just went straight up the middle.
And it looks like Scott City's going to kick the field goal for the point after attempt.
Down, the end zone was straight ahead.
But a great touchdown for the Beavers. 4 touchdowns and 4 possessions, and that makes it 24-7 for the Beavers.
That's something. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
So it'll be Welker in for the
The extra point is up, and it bounces off the upright, and that is no good. It bounces off the upright,
98 seconds to go 3rd quarter, and come back in 30 seconds.
and that'll keep the score 24-7.
Did you see that kick last week?
We'll be right back. We're going to take 30 seconds. This is Scott City Football on BBN TV.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shaplin and Miranda Zervosky to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shaplin Real Estate. Our expertise in buying and selling different properties is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness you deserve. We take pride in knowing what the area market has to offer and in doing our part.
24-7, Darner Field, Scott City, Kansas, round 1 of the Kansas High School Class 3A football playoffs. And things could not be going better for the Beavers right now. 1:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Beavers find themselves up big.
There's 13 minutes and 38 seconds left in this game.
Bowers with the kick, end over end. And it's going to take a great bounce And Concordia picks it up at about the 3-yard line. Gets past the 20-yard line, and he gets tackled at about the 23-yard line.
His first career start on varsity at the outside backing spot. Whew.
Well, let's see if Concordia can answer back.
They were 3 and out on their opening drive of the third quarter, excuse me. They went back 7 yards and included a penalty in there. Concordia will go with an extra or 2 tight end set and an eye, excuse me. They went back right from the 24, 1st and 10. They'll turn, give it up left side to Schrader. He'll get it across the 25. He'll gain 5 yards to the 29. Where
Concordia can answer back.
they were 3 and out on their opening drive.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shaplin and Miranda Zervosky to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shaplin Real Estate. Our expertise in buying and selling different properties is built on the
Same play left side. Scott City slows it down for a gain of a yard to the 30 to bring up.
And he's only going to get about up to the 30-yard line. And Concordia's gone to the hurry-up with under a minute to go here in the third quarter. And that's going to make it 3rd and 3 for the Panthers.
3rd and 4 for Concordia at their own 30. They're 1 of 6 on 3rd.
Make that 3rd and 4.
Seconds here in this third quarter. Maybe a toss right side to Schrader. He'll
Ball
take it
tossed
out.
to the right side, and he's going to get the first down.
To the 36-yard line, slip through
And that's
there
going
on
to
the
stop the
right
clock
side.
momentarily as they set the ball and as they move the chains.
He was 8 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Clock started, 1st and 10,
In that I formation.
36-yard line.
Quarterback and the fullback. And boy, he comes to full speed pretty quick.
Yes, he does. 1st and 10, Concordia. They're at their own 36. Now 24-7. 20 seconds to go, third quarter. Shotgun set up with 2 receivers to the left. They'll send Key and Miller in motion from left to right, and it'll be a counter by quarterback. And Wyatt Trost will take it across the 40.
Trost keeps the ball and he gets up to the 44-yard line, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
Puts him over the century mark on his 13th carry.
So after 3, Scott City 24-7.
We'll come back with the fourth quarter.
We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. Right after this, you're watching Scott City football.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today.
Welcome back to Darner Field here in Scott City, Kansas. Scott City leading 24-7 here at the start of the fourth quarter. Concordia
Football tonight presented by Road and Big Green Agency, Scott City Eye Center, Scott City Pharmaceuticologist, Scott Community Foundation, Scott Cooperative Association, Scott County Hospital.
should be second and short, but the clock operator hasn't changed the
44, trailing 24-7 here.
down marker yet. 2nd and 2, handed up the middle by Schrader. Schrader makes a man miss, and he's got a lot of green ahead of him. 30, 25, 20. Kevin Serrano upends him though.
That is a 38-yard run for Hunter Schrader.
Great tackle, but it results. It's at the end of a 38-yard run for Schrader,
Well, Adam, you and I were just talking about how dangerous
and that makes it 1st and 10 within the red zone for the Panthers.
they have. What it takes, one play to score. So 24-7 lead is not enough.
11:35 to go to be up the middle to Kean Miller. Scott City
Miller up the middle,
down, he'll get 2 to
but
the
he meets a
first down, Lance Miller.
he meets a log dam of beavers, and that's going to make it 2nd and 8.
Let's keep after him here. Hold him out of that. Hold Concordia out of the end zone would be the ideal solution.
You know this is probably 4-down territory for the Panthers from here on out.
Oh, absolutely. They're not going to be trying any field goals.
Seventh
24-7.
play of the drive. Get the carry right side. He breaks through 2.
Carry to the right, breaks through 2 men.
First down. As that time, Jace Thomas shoved him to the ground at about the 8-yard line to bring up 3rd and
And that's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for Concordia.
Well, that keeps the clock running, which the clock is our ally.
Third down in a yard. It'll be Trick or Canner left side. And Trost is going to be brought back for a loss. Back at the 10-yard line. Good play by Nix.
The great defensive play on the part of the Scott City Breathers brings up 4th and 3. And the Panthers probably going to want to go for it. Well,
so this is a 4th and about 4 from the 11-yard line.
they are going to go for it, and it's 4th and 3 from the 11. And you think this might be the game for Concordia. Trost keeps it. Runs to the right. He fumbled the ball, and the Beavers say they have it. Referee's looking. No signal yet. And they say Scott City has the football. A huge defensive stop with 10 minutes to go in the game. Scott City leads 24-7. The Beavers claimed they had a fumble recovery at the 8. He didn't make it anyway. It would have been short anyway, but that's a huge defensive stop on the part of the Beavers with only 10 minutes to go in the game and up big. 24-7.
8-yard line, absolutely. 2 wings set up.
King, man in motion, takes a snap up the middle to Jace Thomas. Jace Thomas takes it across the 10, and that's going to make it 2nd and 6 on the 4-yard gain. And that clock continues to run.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellent.
2nd and 7 for the Beavers at their own 11, up 24-7, 9.5 to go. This will be a sweep play right side for Kevin.
Sweep to the right, Kevin Serrano up the middle.
Setting up a big 3rd and 4 with 9:20 to go.
And that's going to make it 3rd and 4 with under 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the game.
Well, the clock slowly keeps moving, ticking away that time. Boy, it'd be nice to get 1st and 10, right?
Yes, it would. So Scott City is 10 of 13 on 3rd downs tonight, facing a 3rd down and about
under 9 to go, 3rd and 4. Man in motion. King looking for his man. Colt makes the catch past the 20, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Beavers. They say he stayed in bounds. He was pushed out of bounds by Concordia, and that's going to keep the clock running once they set the ball. And here the clock starts running, 8:40 to go.
Directly into Culp's hand. Just amazing little throw.
So 1st and 10 Beavers, and they can run off some more time. They've run 90 seconds off this 4th quarter clock, leading 24-7, and have it at their own 22-yard line.
5G.
They forced a turnover on downs at the 8-yard line. Durango split wide to the right, a 2-wing setup.
2-wing setup, Durango split to the right. Man in motion. Kevin Serrano, the man in motion, hand up to Jace Thomas. And he's going to fall forward for about 2 yards. It's going to make it 2nd and 8, approaching the 8-minute mark.
Not going to be Trost. It's a 2nd down coming up here. That tackle made by Dylan Solanka Jr. Whew. 2nd down.
Yeah, let's bring in this place slow. Get to the line of scrimmage slow. No hurry to do anything if you're a Scott City Beaver on
7:40 to go. 3 men behind the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers on either side of King. King drops back in the pocket, looks for his receiver. Tarango had it and he dropped it. He heard footsteps, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Beavers. And that stops the clock with 7.5 to go.
stops the clock. Incomplete pass.
So right now, Thomas
Across the rest of Class 3A playoffs right now, Marysville beats Colby 45-21. Clearwater beats Holcomb 31-15. Prairie View beats Caney Valley big. Prairie View out of Lacine, Kansas, over on the eastern side of the state. They win 44-16.
Concordia could catch it potentially.
5 to snap at King.
5 to snap for King.
Splits 2 One to both sides, and we're going to have a timeout.
And we're going to have a timeout here
With 7:28 to go, we'll take it as well.
to avoid the delay of game. 17-point lead for the Beavers with 7:28 to go.
This is Beaver football.
And we'll keep it right here. So across the rest of the state of Kansas for Class 3A. Prairie View out of Lacine, Kansas, over on the eastern side of the state, wins 44-16 over Caney Valley. Wichita Collegiate up by 36 over Pratt late in the fourth quarter. And then the winner of this game will advance to play either of these two teams, Smoky Valley and Riley County. Riley County winning late in the fourth quarter, 55-8. So the winner of this game is going to play Riley County. He's currently leading 55-8, winning big over Smoky Valley. Cheney, Halstead, 26-14 in the third quarter. Baldwin City and Jefferson West currently in progress. Southeast of Saline High School, who Scott City dropped a game to last week, winning 46-8 over Clay Center. And then, of course, our game here, Concordia and Scott City, 24-7. 3rd-and-8 for the Beavers. 5 receivers, empty backfield. 3 to his left, 2 to his right. He rolls to his left. Fires to Culp. And they say he caught it. It was a really low ball, but he's going to be short. And that's going to make it 4th and 1.
And a big 4th and 1 with 7 minutes to go in the game.
I think Scott City's going for it.
And it looks like the offense is staying on the field. They're considering it. Kings meandering around as we're under the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Scott City's keeping their offense on the field with 10 seconds left on the play clock, and the offense rolls up to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they're just trying to get Concordia to jump off sides. They snapped it, but it's going to be a delay of game. The flag right before the snap, delay of game, and that's going to that might change Scott City's decision as they face a 4th and 6 now instead of a 4th and 1. They were going to run that though. And even though Scott City took a penalty there, the game clock's going to continue to run.
I've used all 25 seconds.
And with 15 seconds left on the play clock, you want to take as much of that game clock off as you can with 6:20 to go. Play clock down to 5 seconds. And Concordia, they're going to call it offsides on Concordia as they get in the neutral zone. No, they're going to call it on Scott City. It looked like the Concordia player was in the neutral zone, but they're going to call it on Scott City. They're going to call it false start on the Beavers. And that's going to back them up even more. 4th and 11 now for the Beavers. And the clock still runs. Oh, and that's a high but short punt. But the Scott City kicker fell down. Flag on the play. They might call this running into the kicker. If it's roughing the kicker, it's a first down for Scott City. If it's running into the kicker, it's only a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be 4th down. We're about to see. And they call it a chop block on Scott City. They'll decline it because of the high and extremely short, less than 15-yard punt for Scott City. And that's going to set up incredible field position. 6 minutes to go here in the game. Incredible field position here for Concordia at their 34-yard line, at the Beaver 34-yard line. And a 17-point Scott City lead. 4 receivers set, rolls to his right. Looks for a man, there's a flag on the play. Incomplete! That could have been a touchdown for Concordia, but there's a flag on the play, and it's probably going to be holding on Concordia. Probably wouldn't have counted anyway. And they call it holding on Concordia. And they push him back. Yes, holding on Concordia.
It's a spot foul. It's about a 12-yard penalty.
And that's going to make it 1st and 22 for for Concordia.
Panthers at the Scott City 46. 4 receiver set, twins to both sides. Scott City up 24-7, 5:54 to go. Trost will give it right.
Trost hands it off to his running back, number 12. He hurdles over a man, and this is going to be a touchdown for the Panthers.
Touchdown on a draw play from 46.
Concordia with the touchdown
He has 10 carries, 104 yards.
late here in the 4th quarter, and it's 13-24.
Well, that's what we've been talking about. They have the explosion. It looks like there's about 3 of their guys out there that look like they can just take it to the house on one play, and that's exactly what happened. This is going to get interesting.
So Concordia going to kick the extra point.
Easton Atwood is 1-1 on PATs tonight.
Easton Atwood, number 15 for Concordia. The kick is up, and it's right down the middle, and it's going to be 14-24. 10-point game with 5:45 to go here in Darner Field at Scott City, Kansas, and you got to wonder if Concordia is going to consider the onside kick.
Usually the guy who talks to the kicker.
Yeah.
So I'm watching.
That was 5:45. They took 16 seconds on that drive. That ends up a one-play, 34-yard drive in 16 seconds.
I just heard from Adam Kadavy over to the left of me. That was a 16-second drive after the extremely short punt by Scott City.
Just a one-play drive in 34 yards in 16 seconds. It was a penalty, and Hunter Schrader, the 46.
And after the penalties, it was only a...
PAT made it 24-14.
On paper, it's only going to be a one-play drive because of the penalties. And so the Beavers and the Panthers trot back out onto the field with 5:45 to go.
And they showed it right there, and they're going to go for the onside.
And it looks like they're going for the onside kick.
We'll see. They are going to angle this
With 5:45 to go.
right to left, and Scott City brings up their people up here, and now the ball comes off the tee.
And the wind blows the ball off the tee, and so that's going to suspend the play.
Well, it's what they should do.
Ball back on the tee.
They should onside.
And all 3 timeouts left as well.
All 3 timeouts left for Concordia. The onside kick.
It's still live.
It's still live.
Falls on it right at the 47-yard
One of the Scott City players missed it.
Aaron Ruelas, the sophomore, saves the...
And they're saying Scott City fell on top of it with 5:43 to go.
Well, that was a good deal. It hit the first Scott City Beaver and bounced off of it.
A lucky break for the Beavers. Concordia almost got on top of that ball, and that's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Beavers
Concordia has all 3 timeouts remaining.
at the 47-yard line.
14 with 5:43 to go. Winner goes to Riley County next week.
One receiver to the right, number 88, Tarango.
Left hash mark, 1st and 10.
King under center, man in motion.
Hand off right side to Jace
Hand off to Thomas. Thomas dives over a man, but he's not going to get a lot. He might get a yard, and that's going to make it 2nd and 9, but the clock continues to move for the Beavers.
Well, for sure now, Scott City needs to run every minute, every second off that clock before they snap.
And play your time to snap.
Colt coming off the field. Farrow coming onto the field. I beg your pardon. Serrano coming onto the field, the junior for the Beavers. 5:10 to go. 15 left on the play clock. Beavers trying to milk every second they can off the game clock. King under center. Under 5 to go. Hand off to Farrow, and he goes nowhere. Maybe a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd and 8.
I think it's a little exciting. I think they got an opportunity here.
25 to go on the play clock. 4:35 to go on the game clock.
Down or up 10 are the Beavers. 3rd and 8 coming up here for Scott City at their own 49.
Serrano back in the game. Culp back in the game. The senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds for the Beavers. And with 5 seconds to go on the play clock, Beavers get up to the line of scrimmage. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they're going to call timeout.
So a timeout called here with 4:13 to go. Scott City, the big 3rd and 8 up 10. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football.
That might be a plan.
Huh?
It can't be a plan.
And so another timeout for the Beavers off the board. One timeout left for the Beavers. Concordia has all 3 timeouts left. Let's look in on some other Class 3A playoff games going on right now. An update on that Chapman-Goodland game. Chapman scored again. They went for 2, and they're now leading 32-7 with about a minute to go left in the third quarter. Again, Marysville beats Concordia 45-21. Hayden Catholic and Pittsburgh currently in progress. Clearwater and Holcomb. Clearwater 31, Holcomb 15. Final score there.
Baltimore Family Farms, Weathers Land and Livestock, Western Kansas Insurance, Western
Collegiate, Wichita Collegiate scores over Pratt. And now it's 43-0 instead of 36-0. Smoky Valley ended up scoring on Riley County, announced 55-16.
Well, I would hate to throw the ball. Because if
And Southeast Saline wrapping things up.
stop the clock.
It's 46-8.
I think it's a run all the way. I think they'll roll King.
So with 4:13 to go, after the timeout, Scott City facing a 3rd and 9. Empty backfield, 3 receivers. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. King looking for his man. Tarango, first down. A 15-yard passing play results in a first down for the Beavers. A fresh set of downs with
So, that's the other
just a little over 4 minutes to go in this game. And Concordia is running out of time. The clock is not their friend right now. We're under 4 minutes. And the Beavers get a 1st and 10.
Reception number 3 for Tarango for 28 yards with 3:48 to go.
3:45 to go. And Scott City jumps, and that's going to be a false start on Scott City. And that's going to bring up 1st and 15 for the Beavers.
To answer your question, Adam, yes, they will stop the clock as soon as the Beaver is tackled. They'll have to. There's only 3:35. The clock is still running.
So even after the penalty, the clock continues to run.
Yeah.
1st and 15.
Yelling clock. Scott City has under 10 to snap it as they run the line. T formation. They'll send a man in motion left side. They'll toss it.
Man in motion. Toss to Thomas.
Cuts it up 45.
Thomas cuts up the middle.
Line against 9 on first down. They get over
And they're going to get the yardage back and more, and that's going to make it 2nd and 6 for the Beavers. Timeout Concordia.
So that's our first time out of the game. They'll mark this at the 36 for a gain of 9. We'll take a 30-second break with 3:14 to go. Scott City up 10. This is Beaver football.
3:14 to go.
No.
3:14 to go in the game. We've been looking at Class 3A scores throughout
Riley County's up 50.
this game, and now we're going to look at some Class 4A scores.
They're going to be good.
Right now you got Bishop Miege 65, Chinook 14, Rose Hill 30, Mulvane 7, El Dorado 38, Winfield 14 late in the 4th quarter. Piper, that's near Kansas City, Kansas, 15, Eudora 16
Pressure 24-14.
late in the 4th quarter. Tonganoxie beats Lebec County 48-26.
9-yard run for Chase Thomas.
And those are your Class 4A playoff games so far. Class 2A,
2nd and 6, 36-yard line for the Beavers in Panther territory. T formation. Extra tackle, Carson Froh.
Carson Froh's got a man in motion.
Counterplay right side to Blake.
Counterplay to the right. Culp going to get inside the 35-yard line. And Concordia burns their 2nd timeout with 3:09 to go, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. Want to announce something fun for the kids as we approach the Halloween night. Over on Jackson Street, there's a haunted house open till 10:30 p.m. Something cool for the kids to go check out.
Don't make this 3rd down, I think, Tim, and it's close enough for 4th down. I think the Beavers go for it.
Oh, I think they do too. Keep the clock running. Well, of course, if we don't make it here.
And you think this might be 4th down territory for the Beavers, considering we haven't had the best luck kicking tonight. And you're not really in a position to punt. And with 3:09 to go, you want to burn as much clock as you can. If you get a first down here with only 1 timeout left for Concordia,
Yeah, they need it.
not a lot more opportunities for the Panthers after that.
And they're going to need to get a first down with under 2 minutes to go to run out the clock. So they need 2 more first downs in essence to put this game on ice, up 24-14.
So a T-bone set.
11 of 15 on third downs. They have a 3rd and 4 from the 34.
A handoff to Jace Thomas, and he's got a first down and more, and he's going to get to the 22-yard line. 23-yard line. They're going to give him 11 on that play, and Concordia's going to burn their 3rd and final timeout with 3:05 to go. And with no timeouts left for Concordia, you got to think they really don't have a lot of more opportunities. Looking at Class 2A high school football playoffs, Hoisington 47, Ellis 0 final score. Nemaha Central 38, Pleasant Ridge 0 late in the 3rd quarter. Cimarron, a team that Scott City struggled against, wasn't able to complete a 4th quarter comeback down at Cimarron. They're currently leading Minneapolis 28-6 in the 3rd quarter. Silver Lake, Republic County going head-to-head right now over at Silver Lake late in the 3rd quarter.
One first down will finish this game off here. Concordia out of timeouts, and I think we're going to see more run football here for the Beavers at the 23 of Concordia.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see four run plays here.
Kind of an interesting score here. Class 8-man. Class below Class 1A, Gossel beats Kinsley 60-14.
Gets by 1 tackle, but he'll get it about 2 to the 20.
Faroe's only going to get by 1 tackle, about a 3-yard gain on the play, and then that's going to make it 2nd and 7. A 10-point lead for the Beavers. Riley County ended up beating Smoky Valley, and so if the Beavers can hold on and pull this one off, they're going to travel to Riley, Kansas to face Riley County in round 2 of the Kansas High School Football Playoffs, Week 10, just northwest of Manhattan. So a long drive. We had that long drive to Gibson, Kansas to face southeast of Saline, and an even longer drive next week if Scott City can hold on. Jace Thomas with the handoff almost broke the tackle. He's going to get a 5-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd and about 4 with 2:05 and counting to go.
Well, that clock run down is fantastic. It's just now approaching 9 o'clock.
And past your bedtime.
Not yet.
I'm kidding.
Not yet.
This will be the 17th 3rd down attempt tonight for Scott City here with minute 48 to go. First down will finish this game up. Come on, Scott City taking their time here. As now they break the huddle with 12 to snap it. 3rd down.
10 seconds to go on the play clock. A minute 40 to go on the game clock. Scott City.
Been a good game here tonight.
3rd and 4. King under center.
Takes his time. Handoff right side. This is the
Hand off to the right to Kolb. Kolb makes a man miss. He spins, and it's going to be close. They gave it to him, changed moving, and that's going to make it 1st and 10, and that should do it. And with the running clock, the Scott City Beavers are going to advance to the 2nd round of the playoffs,
1st and 10 Beavers at the
and they're going to travel up to Riley, Kansas.
with 1:15 to go. The Beavers are going to get to 6 wins, and they are now going to be 20-3 in the Week 9 by-district round of the playoffs all time.
60 seconds to victory for the Beavers.
And Scott City will line it up here with 8 to snap it in the
And they're in
formation.
regular formation here,
Key formation. King will just
and they're going to take the knee.
and they'll have 1 more snap here.
And with 40 seconds on that play clock right now, Scott City's going to have 1 more knee down,
Very storied program.
and they'll advance to the next round.
Friday night. They are 2 years
And they'll travel to Riley County.
game in Class 2A, where they played Phillipsburg and lost, I believe it was 27-0.
Jordy Nelson.
And John McGraw. I played against Jordy in high school.
I was going to say, you should have played against them guys.
One final kneel down for the Beavers. Harrison takes the knee, and that's going to do it. And the Scott City Beavers
They run it out the final.
win the 1st round
Scott City
of the Class 3A playoffs, and they're going to advance to 6-3 on the year, and they're also going to advance to Riley, Kansas.
Friday night meeting up at Riley County High School. Final scores.
Powder blue and white and navy blue going head-to-head against each other.
Break. This is Beaver
Next week from Riley, Kansas, it's going to be the Scott City Beavers in Riley County.
Post-game interview,
And after the tough loss on the cold night from southeast of Saline over in Gypsum, Kansas, just on the western edge of the eastern portion of our state, you've got to think that the Beavers feel ecstatic about a big win over a good Concordia team. Congratulations to the Panthers on a successful year. But our Scott City Beavers going to move on. Thank you for watching tonight's coverage of Scott City Beaver football here on BBN TV. I'm Ian Ballinger. Thank you to all of our students. Thank you to all of our generous sponsors. Want to give a word out to our sponsors here on BBN TV. Of course, we're not able to do any of our broadcasts without our sponsors, and we appreciate them tremendously. Shopland Real Estate, Tech Solutions, Sonic Drive-In, State Farm by Michael Trout, Best Western, Turner Sheet Metal, Security State Bank, Lone Tree Farms, Norder Supply Inc., Voldertston Family Dentistry, Burning Farms, Volgamore Family Farms, Farley Feed Yards, American Implement, Tatro, Miggy Merle by Cindy Kramer, Napa Auto Parts, Giftologist, the Scott City Health Mart Pharmacy, Western State Bank, First National Bank, Scott City Eye Center, Scott County Hospital, Faroe Heating and Cooling, Scott City Booster Club, American Implement, B&H Paving, Bartlett Grain Company, Beaver Town FFL, the Beef Belt, Brookover Cattle, DeKalb and Buyer, Chris Irvin, the Fairlake Corporation, Farm Bureau, Neil Baker, Faroe Ag Services, Faroe Electric, Faroe Heating and Cooling, First National Bank, Harris Chiropractic and Acupuncture, High Choice Feeders, HRC Feed Yards, Hugh and Berta Bins, J&R Car and Truck Center, J. Unruh Trucking, Jackson Legal Group, Jason Allen, JF Beaver Advertising, McCarty Farms of Scott City, Metzger Appraisals, Metzger Farms, Midwest Mixer, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Norder Supply, New Life Market, Plain Jans, Platinum H Insurance, Pokey Feeders, Pro Health Cairo Wellness Center, R Brothers Auto Body and Mechanic, Richards Financial Services, Rodenbeek, I beg your pardon, and Green Agency, Scott City Eye Center, Scott City Pharmacy, Scott Community Foundation, the Scott City Co-op, Scott County Hospital, Scott Pro, Security State Bank, Spencer Pest Control, State Farm through the Scott City Booster Club, Stevens Veterinary Services, Taco Grande of Scott City, the Scott County Wrecker, True North Cafe, Volgamore Family Farms through the Scott City Booster Club, Weathers Land and Livestock Partnership, Western Kansas Insurance Services, Western State Bank, Wheatland Electric, and White's Food Liner. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to all our students. Thank you to all our student athletes. And thank you especially to the Scott City Booster Club. We appreciate you all so much. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next week from Riley, Kansas, when the Beavers take on Riley County. Have a great evening.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in achieving maximum net return per acre. That is how we define our success. Through unparalleled American Implement. Lending a helping hand, and for exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shaplin and Miranda Zervosky to work for you.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience.
It's all led up to this. A brotherhood, a team.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
It's all led up to this.